Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football Manager 23 Beta with Manchester City. Today, we've got the Manchester Derby. It's a massive, massive game. We're currently sat in 8th place. It's not been a fantastic start following the win against Liverpool and the trophy. So let's just show you quickly how we've got on so far and how things are looking. So in our first game of the season in the league, we lost 3-1 to Brentford. I don't know what happened here because we dominated the game. We had better XG, we had more shots. Everything was in our favour. But they just scored 3 goals and completely dominated in that sense. The only stat that really matters. This one was a bit of a... Yeah, one of those. We did manage to get 1 goal right at the end of the game, though. João Cancelo working hard down that right-hand side. Playing it back to Calvin Phillips, who was playing at right centre-back there. And Jude Bellingham nodding it in from a De Bruyne cross. We then took on Arsenal at home, and after a little bit of a sticky start, where I was a little bit concerned it was kind of the start of a massive downfall, as Gabriel Jesus was able to tuck that one away just after half-time. We did manage to turn things around, and in the end, it was very comfortable. 3-1 was the final scoreline. Grealish and Ake playing it around there. De Bruyne's long-range effort, driving it low and hard into the bottom right-hand corner for Ramsdale not to be able to reach. We then managed to create a second on the 66th minute with Nets receiving the ball, looking around the corner to Grealish, who has a lovely turn there, and he fires it across for Haaland just to tap in nice and easy. And, of course, Haaland got his second of the game as Walker bombed down the right-hand side. Played it, well, kind of got past Zinchenko, found Foden, whose little dinked ball into Haaland. He always finishes them, made it 3-1. We then travelled to Crystal Palace, where it was a 2-1 loss. I mean, we took the lead and everything. Just before half-time, where we were dominating the half, De Bruyne scores an absolute wonderful strike from the edge of the box from a turn after receiving it from a corner and just striking it. They did, like I say, they got one back, 65th minute. It was good football, but again, we maybe should be dealing with that. We've got 2 players there, just nowhere near Mateta. And that levelled the scoring for them. But in the 88th, 89th minute, they were able to get the goal to win the game. Doucouré there, just driving into the box from a challenge and beating Edison at his near post, which he probably shouldn't be doing. We then got back-to-back wins, the first one being against Fulham. Kevin De Bruyne actually missing a penalty in this game. Kind of shows how things have gone. But we did get the goal that got the win with Bernardo Silva. And then a slight change of formation for the Leeds game. It did end up 3-0 to us. We comfortably got the win here. Haaland tapping in after kind of a few rebounded shots. We had to go to a 4-3-3 basically because Walker and Cancelo have both gone out injured. So we haven't got any right backs or natural right backs. Haaland getting a second there, as you saw. Akanji actually got sent off in this game as well. So John Stones had to move out right back after that because Akanji was playing at right back at that point. Not perfect, but we did end up getting the win, which is the main thing. So yeah, there you go. That is kind of how things went so far. We've also got our Champions League group. It's Atletico Madrid, Celtic and Sporting. I'm pretty confident we should be able to get through that. Worse second place behind Atletico Madrid, but I still don't think that should be too much of a problem. And we've got West Ham in the Carabao Cup coming up. Like I say, against Crystal Palace and Brentford, we should have won those on the likes of XG, shots, possession. Like, we dominated the game, and for whatever reason, we just couldn't score. Haaland was out for little bits of games because he's had a little bit of a niggle, but hopefully he should be back today for the Man City game. Like I say, we have gone to a 4-3-3. Because Akanji, Walker and Cancelo... Well, Cancelo and Walker are both out injured. Walker out for 4 to 12 days. Cancelo 6 to 12. So they should be back, hopefully, if not by the next game, maybe the game after. And Akanji suspended for the next match because he got sent off in the last one against Leeds for no real reason at all. It was a stupid decision. So John Stones is having to play right back. We've got Calvin Phillips slotting in at centre-half, along with Ruben Diaz, Nathan Ake at left back. So a little bit of a makeshift back line when you look at it like that. The reason why Ake is playing at left back, because when we play that back four, I'm a little bit more confident with him being there than the likes of Sergio Gomez and Luka Netz, who are a lot more attacking. They're obviously much better in the 5 because they're able to just bomb forward. We then got Rodri, De Bruyne and Bellingham in midfield with Bernardo Silva on one side, Grealish on the other and Haaland up top. Julian Alvarez has been god-awful whenever he's played, so I'm hoping we don't need to play him because he's been dreadful. Looking forward to Moukoko coming in, to be quite honest, because he has been absolutely god-awful. Haaland's on 7 goals already, our top goal scorer so far this season, but De Bruyne's done 2 and not doing too badly. But this is the game to really decide where we're at in the division. Man City, obviously, Man United, are top of the table, which... questionable, but they are top. We're at home though, so we've got that advantage. A little bit disadvantaged in the sense that we haven't got a right back that's fit, so Stones is going to have to do a job there against Sancho. I think he can be all right. He'll do fine out there, hopefully, especially as hopefully we get most of the ball. Another thing I've noticed is for some reason I think Wolves is really overpowered this year. You saw in the Palace save, they were in 3rd place and got us sacked in the end. And they're currently 2nd in the Prem. So I don't know what Wolves has done to the guys at Football Manager to warrant that, but there you go. And Varane has scored within 3 minutes from a corner. We've got 4 centre-halves on the pitch. Well, 3. Guess you can't really count Calvin Phillips as centre-half. And yet he's managed to get in front of his man and score the goal. That's poor. That really is poor. I mean, I guess it was De Bruyne is there, but Rodrigo should be marking him, and they put that away. It's 1-0 Man United. An awful, awful start. We've got to start turning up to this because this is not the way we should be going. De Bruyne, though. Here we go. Is this the start of our comeback and domination? A little bit of a blip, but fingers crossed. Calvin Phillips receiving the ball in here. What can he do? Into John Stones. John Stones looking to just keep the ball. Good. Rodrigo. Just get out here. Look at Diaz. He's got loads of space. Okay, just find De Bruyne. John Stones again. He's going to look down the line maybe. He does to Bernardo Silva, who has managed to get past the man initially, Malacia. His ball inside was attempting to find Jude Bellingham, but Bellingham kind of stood there, and it wasn't a great pass because it was lofty. I'm not entirely sure what that was meant to be. But it is Sancho on that side. Stones does well in his first little battle that we've seen. Bernardo Silva looking for a ball over the top to Haaland, who's through on goal, 1-on-1, has to finish, and he does. That's what he does. All he needs is that sort of chance, and he tucks it away beautifully. Bit of pace, bit of power, gets away from Maguire and Varane. They've got no chance at all. Stones winning that ball off Sancho, though. Finding De Bruyne. Silva looking for that ball over the top, and Haaland is able to tuck that away. No problem at all. We have converted Haaland from a complete forward to a poacher. Reason being is that's all I want him to do. It's just be in front of goal, putting the ball in the back of the net. You don't have to worry about anything else. Every other player will do all the hard work. You just have to be there to put the ball in the net. And that's what he does. That is what he's doing. I want him to stay in the centre of the pitch, ready for those balls to come over the top or to be into his feet so he can turn or whatever it might be for us to be able to get those goals. Rodrigo sitting nice and deep, receiving that ball. De Bruyne switches that out to John Stones, who's not massively on the overlap, but he will find Bernardo Silva, who's got to be able to tuck that away. I thought he was going to have to lay it off, but he ends up tucking it away. Is it going to be offside? I don't think it was. It'd be an interesting decision to see. I'm not overly confident that was a offside call. VAR. What are you going to say there? Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. De Bruyne with a lovely ball over to Stones. He's doing right at right back. Maguire's keeping him on, of course. Out of all the players, it's going to be Maguire who's trying to mark Haaland and do what he can. But that's why players are scared of him. I don't need to see that again. So, not bad turnaround so far. Fingers crossed we can just keep it going. I mean, if you're a Man United player, you must be absolutely pooing your pants when you see the pebble on the sideline. Stones, again, winning it off Malacia. I mean, you're a bit too far forward, maybe, Stones. Swap back with Bernardo Silva so he can go back forward. I mean, you're not quite back. Okay. Maguire into Anthony, who has to play it back to Martinez, who's playing further forward than he does in real life. Delort looks to keep it in, but Ake is able to cut that one out. Who like I say, because we're playing the 4 and they're more defensive centre halves, we're only playing them as fullback. We're not wanting them to bomb up and down because they're centre backs at the end of the day. Most of the time, we don't need them to be doing that. Haaland coming a bit wider than normal. Grealish with the strike. It was a weird effort, but it does go wide of the target. Half an hour gone, and yeah, it's a turnaround, certainly. 0.66 XG to their 1.1, which is a little bit nerve-wracking, considering we had effectively a one-on-one chance. But anyway, after that first goal, they've not looked too great. So we've done all right so far. I think we'll kind of leave it as it is for now. There's no need to go changing anything just yet. Like I say, John Stones having the game of his life at right back, which is exactly what you want to see in the Manchester derby. We were predicted by both the fans and by the board to draw this game. So at the end of the day, if we do get a draw, it's not the end of the world, but you always want to win. And it also means we're clawing United back after they took a little bit of a lead in the title race. Which, again, why do Man United always seem really good on Football Manager when in real life they're just not? But Stones, again, look at that. Fantastic work there to get hold of that. De Bruyne playing back to Phillips. Can he just look for a pass, please? Yep, great. Rodrigo into Jude Bellingham, who looks for a ball through to Grealish. He's got to put this away, surely. He doesn't. It's a good save by De Gea, but, I mean, he should be tucking that one away. You were one-on-one with the keeper there, and should be making him pay, that's for sure. 20 minutes to go. We've also got 5 subs, which I need to remember. It's not always good to use all 5, but Phil Foden, I think we will bring on for Jack Grealish initially anyway, and Ike Gundogan will come on for Bellingham, who's on a booking. Can't really risk him being sent off or anything at this stage, and Gundogan will be able to do the box-to-box work. Absolutely no problem. 10 minutes to go, and Erling Haaland is injured. That's not good. Potential lower leg injury. I guess we'll take him off and put Alvarez on up top. Like I said earlier, Alvarez has not been good at all so far. Granted, you're in the shadows of Erling Haaland, but whenever he's played, he's just not done anything. He's just been all over the shop. And like I say, we've tried to convert his kind of role into a poacher's role, but he's not dealt with it well. As Sancho, ball across, Ederson grabs that comfortably in the end as it just comes to him in his lap. Not a problem at all. It's going to be a long, long ball, though, up the field. Bernardo Silva chasing that. Shaw clears, but De Bruyne will get there. Finds Bernardo Silva again into Alvarez. Can you look for someone? He does. Ilkay Gundogan, Rodrigo. You're going to look to shift it? He does. Ake. Right. Can he find Foden? He does find Foden, and he's doing well on that left-hand side. Get a delivery in. Can Alvarez get a goal? Be nice against Man United as well to kind of break his duct. De Bruyne on the edge of the box. Long range effort. It's a good save by David De Gea to keep him in it still. We are looking very good now. Getting the ball, moving it nicely. They're going more direct, but that is absolutely fine. We do not need to worry about that. De Bruyne looking for a ball over the top to the back post. Maguire's there. Ike Gundogan into Phil Foden. Can he get a strike off? He gets a yard, does shoot, but it goes high and over. And with 8 minutes to go, we are looking pretty good. I think what we might have to look to do is make a change. Is it Gundogan? Again, cutting it out really nicely there. He looks for a switch over the top. Alvarez running through on goal here. Can you finish now? He can't. He smashes it over the bar. I didn't see what he was going for. Keeper did come out and everything, but he's got to be putting it in. No matter what you do, you have to be putting that one in. Only a couple of minutes to go, but it does make me nervous every single time they have the ball. But Phil Foden working hard to get that one back as they're looking to drive forward. Phillips into John Stones, into Bernardo Silva, who's looking to turn Luke Shaw. Not able to do that as Shaw's able to just nip it off him. And it's a ball across field. Ruben Diaz does well to win that header. And then Phil Foden again, who does just look for a ball over the top. Finds Alvarez, who is through. Can he finish? No. Again, he can't because he's absolutely wank. I'm so tempted just to bring him off. I'm so tempted for Cole Palmer. Probably should have brought him on in the first place. We'll bring Sergio Gomez on for Ake, though. As it does click clock, as the clock does tick down. That's what I was looking for. But great win by the looks of it. Yeah, there it is. It's a fantastic win, really. especially with negative to come out of it is Haaland's injury. Hopefully that's not too long. We will find out. But a good win, a good Manchester Derby victory in the second episode of the new beta save. Things are looking a little bit better for us. 2 to 3 weeks. I don't want to give him an injection. There's no point. I just don't want him to be in more pain further down the line. So we'll rest him. Not ideal because I don't want to play Alvarez. I'll be completely honest. He's been so poor. I just do not want to play him. Like, he's not a bad player. He's just not been good. But there you go. We've got Cole Palmer who could probably play up top. He's not too bad as a poacher, maybe. What's his kind of deal? Yeah. I mean, he's not great in the air for someone who's 6 foot, but he's got a bit of pace about him. Strength isn't amazing, but otherwise, he's got a good surname. So, yeah, we will leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, so you don't miss out on more of this, and for more to come in the full game when it's released on the 9th, I believe it is. But for now, we'll catch you in the next one.